Pick-me girl is an extremely popular term recently used to describe girls that always act as if they are not like the other girls by bringing others down, rather than proving things themselves. Because of that, this type of person is incredibly favored by males, but extremely allergic to females. The thing is, while some of these following idols' actions were yet to be clarified, netizens still label them pick-me girls, just because they make them feel ticked off. Number 1. ITZY Yuna. While ITZY is currently the most enviable rookie achievement-wise, the girls also attract lots of negative reactions from netizens. Among the reasons explained why the group is so hated, which you can check out the full details in our video, The Problem with ITZY, netizens also believe Yuna is being a weird idol, and particularly a pick-me girl, which contributed a lot to the many controversies surrounding ITZY. Ever since Yuna was still a 14-year-old magne in ITZY, lots of people have said she got on their nerves extremely for the way she tried to be superior at the expense of people around her. For example, as some pointed out, there are numerous times Yuna was accused of talking bad about others, and the very first one dated back to the time where she was just a kid in ITZY. When she was on a reality show, Yuna once joked that Yuchin didn't take a shower for 3 days in a row. This ended up making Yuchin's image stained for a very long time, though she had tried to explain that it wasn't true at all. However, many people believed that Yuna didn't have any malicious intentions, and she was just trying to joke around a bit to hype up the atmosphere. But unfortunately, it turned out to be a big deal to some netizens, especially Yuchin's fans. Then, when ITZY was invited to Problematic Men, lots of people said they were ticked off by the way Yuna bragged about how well she studied at school, how many courses she took, and how many musical instruments she got to learn. However, some said that was yet to be the most annoying thing, because later on, Yuna also said she was good at English, but didn't have much of a chance to use it with her members because my group actually don't speak well.
You ever speak English with other people in your group?
No, because my group actually don't speak well.
Looking at this story from a more objective point of view, maybe Yuna doesn't deserve to be called a pick-me girl, because it's normal for someone to be proud of their academy records. However, it could be the way she described it that made netizens ticked off and painted her out as an arrogant girl. Then, the thread for "A Million Reasons to Hate Yuna" extended because, according to some netizens, Yuna not only humbled her groupmates, but also her seniors. Back to the time when Dreamlike, a track in the 2020 ITZY's album Bloom Eyes, was released, Yuna was accused of implying she was the only lyricist for the track, and not acknowledging the contribution of other producers. Specifically, Yuna said that the lyrics for Dreamlike were done by herself while sitting in a hotel room alone. Then, in almost all interviews with ITZY, netizens continued to get annoyed to see how she always referred to Dreamlike as the song I composed. Worse, because part of being a pick-me girl is to seek male validation, people also pointed out several times where Yuna tried to make other boys fall for her through aikyos and unnecessarily excessive touching. Specifically, after Yuna appeared on Running Man, she immediately became the topic of discussion on Pun, but for all the bad reasons. In this post, the OP compiled all the moments Yuna became extremely intimate with Kwangsu, and constantly did things like pulling his hands, putting her head on his shoulder, and trying to be kittenish. While it's true that most of the things the OP captured indeed happened, people seem to forget that these actions of Yuna were taken out of context. Because everything on screen is scripted, and similar to how Kwangsu was scripted to ask for Yuna's numbers, though at that time he was already dating Lee Sun-bin, Yuna was probably asked to act intimately with Kwangsu for the sake of viewers' ratings. So, accusing her of seeking male validation was totally absurd. Number 2. Formerly ITZY's Sakura. Besides Yuna, Sakura was also said to be a typical pick-me girl in ITZY because people found her vibe super off, especially after seeing her posting a body-shaming message on Twitter to bring a Japanese groupmate down. Of course, Sakura later shed light on the incident by saying it was just someone who hacked into her account and wrote those lines. But still, netizens believed what they liked to believe. In the past, Sakura was accused of using her Twitter to talk ugly and literally fat-shame one of her groupmates in ABK48. She was even seen stating that the costume might have been burst to the brim, and no matter how many times she looked at the picture, she always found it hilarious. Because Sakura was among the favorite members in ITZY, many people believed she was using this opportunity to push her image, appear superior, and implicitly prove her good visual. After those words went viral, the post was found to be deleted, and Sakura herself said that her account was hacked by someone. However, people still claimed she was simply playing the victim, because if Sakura's account had really been hacked, the hacker would have exposed her secrets in juicy tweets, rather than using it to fat-shame a person he barely knew. Number 3. Formerly AOA's Mina. Though AOA's Mina was initially thought to be the victim and being bullied by Jimin for a long time, recent revelations by Dispatch had drastically changed the public's thoughts about her. The thing is, through the incident of AOA, netizens first thought Mina was just a type who loves to play the victim, but they later realized she was more of a typical pick-me girl. According to Dispatch, Mina and Jimin had already had a conversation 3 months before the bully scandal broke out. Here, Mina thanked Jimin for hugging her, apologized to Jimin for being neither authentic nor closer, and later in the conversation, she even hoped Jimin wouldn't get hurt and wished her good health. However, just shortly after that, Mina suddenly went online and accused Jimin of constantly bullying her throughout the years working under AOA. Lots of netizens believed she was seeking validation by bringing Jimin down, because she couldn't shine on her own. In fact, she once admitted to having only taken 3 vocal lessons in her 10-year career, and barely making progress in dancing ever since AOA shifted their direction away from being a girl band. However, that's not the only reason people keep calling her pick-me girl. Because around the end of 2021, a girl whose partner named Yoo Jun-young went online and accused Mina of doing various things to get her boyfriend's attention. According to the OP, Mina was the first to strike a conversation with her boyfriend, though she had already known he was taken. To approach the guy, Mina used the excuse that she admired his artistic talents, that she saw the potential in him, and asked him to draw her a portrait. Not only that, the OP also revealed that Mina even said she really looked up to the beautiful love story between Jun-young and his girlfriend, yet still ended up doing various things to get his attention. Initially, Mina denied all the allegations, saying that the OP was making false claims, and when the OP confronted Mina head-on, she even replied as if she didn't know her and the relationship between her and the boyfriend. However, Mina later admitted that she was the one to break up their relationship. But it wasn't totally her fault because the guy was tricking her into this mess. Not only that, she was also believed to try to seek empathy by accusing Jun-young of being a gold digger. Eventually, Mina split ways with Jun-young after a few months into the relationship because, unlike other ordinary girls, she doesn't desperately hang on to her boyfriend, and she would sacrifice her love to compensate for the OP and to expose the personalities of Jun-young. Number 4. ITZY's Yuna. A bit different from the other cases, the case of Yuna actually gained lots of mixed reactions. Because though she was labeled a pick-me girl on various platforms, there was also a great deal of people defending her, saying that she was just a target of malicious anti-fans. So the reason Yuna got called a pick-me girl stemmed from the way she got scared of confetti while standing next to Sunghoon, the visual of Enhypen. As some pointed out, because they have watched lots of ITZY's encore stages and rarely seen Yuna being startled by confetti, sometimes even playing with them, the fact that she acted as if her soul had left the body on that day just didn't seem right. Plus, as Yuna also stared at Sunghoon and later remained in long eye contact with him when receiving the trophy, some said she was trying to get Sunghoon's attention. After that incident, lots of people were referring to Yuna as a pick-me girl, and at one point, there was even a question on Quora going as, why do people call Yuna a pick-me girl? Because the OP had seen tons of titles calling her out that way. Under one post, a netizen also said even long ago, she had already been ticked off by how Yuna often tried to appear superior to other girls, and how she gave off a really stuck-up vibe. However, there were also lots of opinions defending Yuna, saying that acting cute was in her nature, and even when interacting with her dad, she still didn't change at all.
아빠, 나 귤 먹고 싶어. 까줘.
Moreover, those who called her a pick-me girl should grow up and get a life, because in the past, there were certain times she was obviously scared to death by the confetti. In fact, depending on her conditions, for example, when she wasn't too tired, she would appear more collected, and that explained why she was only scared of the confetti once in a while. So, do you think these idols really radiate the pick-me girl energy? Or are netizens making false claims to justify their hate? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.